All right, everyone. Today we're going to talk about a fundamental problem with the Democratic Party, which is that it's old and has no actual talent within it. New polling was conducted of Democrats, registered Democrats. Who would you like to see run against Trump in 2020? Who would be your top choice for a presidential candidate? Who do you like to see in there? Number one, Joe Biden. Yes, Joe Biden is likely, I think, at this point to run, but the dude will be 77. Is he even going to be alive in 2020? Well, the average lifespan of an American, I believe, is 75. So, yeah, less than a 50-50 chance, statistically speaking, even though he's apparently in decent health. Now, for his age, honestly so. It's sort of like Trump. Trump scarfs down McDonald's every day. Somehow he hasn't had a massive coronary. It's quite funny, actually. Joe Biden, if he ran, would lose against Trump handily. I'll tell you why. Older, so that really doesn't help with the youth portion of the Democratic coalition. Tied with Obama, this would drive turnout among the further right sky high. Any Republican who sat it out in 2016 would be armed to the teeth to fight through shark-infested waters to pull the lever. The turnout would be enormous. It'd probably rival or exceed 2010 turnout among certain voting blocks. You remember the whole Tea Party thing? Because people on the right got their balls up and were so pissed at Obama, they elected a whole slew of people, some of which were total lunatics. We're talking like worse than a Pat Robertson Evangelocon. Yeah, all those people would come roaring back to life. The turnout would be unfathomable among Republicans. And I don't think it'd be that high among Democrats. For all of the hashtag resist, direction of the country is terrible, freak out about the Supreme Court drama, I still don't expect left-wing turnout to be so high. I expect it to be higher among Republicans come this midterm, probably the same in 2020 if things remain the same. And Joe Biden would not change that. He'd probably further them. Number two, Hillary Clinton. I am very surprised that she managed to eke out a 2-point lead over third place, Bernie Sanders. What do all three of these people have in common? They are quite old, they are all white, and two of them are neoliberals, and then Sanders, of course, he's way out to lunch. He's way out in left field. Number four was Elizabeth Warren. Again, very old, white individual, completely. She's a WASP. No, she's not Mesoamerican, despite what she may claim. All of these, do you honestly think any of these people is going to help grow the Democratic coalition that is already... Look, the Democratic coalition is already suffering. Thing is, Biden may do a little bit better than a Clinton or even a Sanders with Rust Belt voters, and certainly like a Warren, but I don't think he would be able to win back like Michigan at this point. Those things are going in a more red direction. The Democrats are rising up in the Southwest. What's the problem? That has a lot less votes than Michigan and Pennsylvania. It has a lot less votes than Wisconsin and Ohio and Indiana and all these other bellwether states, essentially. They're all staying reliably red. I see them all going for Trump in 2020 if they nominate someone. If they nominate Hillary Clinton, the Democrats would struggle to win California. I'm going to tell you that straight up because the schism within the Democratic Party, if they nominate a neoliberal, is going to be insane. Catastrophic. It'll rip the party apart. Why do you think they're attacking Jill Stein right now? Jill Stein and the Green Party, I think, did they barely even get 2% of the national vote? They didn't throw the election in Trump's favor. Sure, her support was mainly, again, in the strong, left-wing strongholds of, like, California or parts of the urban northeast seaboard, not in the Rust Belt. Jill Stein didn't take the election. They're acting like she stole it. People are going to vote for who they want. By that token, Hillary Clinton stole it from Jill Stein, the actual left-wing candidate. Trump stole the election by existing from Gary Johnson, who otherwise would have won and become our first brain-dead president, at least since, the era of Taft or something like that. Now, Biden would lose handily. Clinton would lose even more handily. And Bernie Sanders is not going to be able to run. The DNC has changed the rules of how you can become a candidate within the Democratic primaries to exclude the possibility of a strong, empowered, independent candidate like Bernie Sanders, whose grassroots funding casting shade on whichever corporate neoliberal they decide to coronate next. And by the way, I don't think it's going to be Hillary Clinton. She's the youngest of the three. She'll be a spring chicken of 73 come the 2020 election. Do you honestly think that she will be able to run? Would she be able to match Trump's campaign style? No, she's already proven that. She lost in 2008, had to settle for Secretary of State, of which she was totally shamefacedly a part of and totally crooked. She loses then, doesn't even make the cut to become the Democratic nominee. She then loses against someone who she casts off as an unelectable variant of Adolf Hitler. She still lost against him. And now she's #resist, pink hats, hey, yeah, I'm old and rich and privileged, and I'm probably bigoted because I make weird jokes about hot sauce when I'm on a black radio station. But yeah, trust me, just elect me, you idiots. Bernie Sanders won't run. Biden will probably run, he won't win. Hillary Clinton probably won't run. If she's even above ground at that point because she's sick. She's not in good health. She slips and falls and passes out and weird shit like that and appears to have medical devices under her clothing half the time. And they're not even photo shoots, like the one where she has a little stain of shit on her pants. That one I believe is a shoop. But some of these, they're not. It's a legitimate question. Did the candidate put forth by the Democratic Party, is she suffering from chronic medical conditions? Did Bill give her syphilis or something? People make jokes about that all the time, that his brain is being scrambled by parasites or something. And then Elizabeth Warren, she's already told you she's not running. Again, she will be over 70. I think she's 69 now, if I remember correctly. Where's the Obama to save the Democratic Party? Where's the candidate who can actually get the youth vote and not lose that to Trump along with the Rust Belt working class Reagan Democrats? You've already lost them probably for the next generation. You need to get your act together and think about new possibilities. When I look at lists that people compile, and they always include these individuals, here's the thing, this is polling of Democratic laypeople. This isn't a list put together by Huffington Post or Salon. It's like BuzzFeed, well, here's who we would like to see. Bernie Sanders, Sanders 2020. Oh, please, please, Bernie, run again. Not that you're allowed, but, run as an independent because it'd be great. We would love to see President Marion Barry or, Jello Biafra. Okay, you can put together whatever weird lists you want if you're in the corporate media, and some of them are really out there. Yeah, we would love to see Tom Cruise as President of the United States. We want to see Rosie O'Donnell and Oprah. Oprah conspicuously absent because she said, yeah, not going to happen, dude. I'm too busy being a billionaire and empowered and telling a bunch of soccer moms what to read every single month. That's what Oprah Winfrey wants to do. And she'd probably run a better campaign than Joe Biden. That's the problem. The problem is, this is a polling of Democratic lay people. This is the pulse of the actual Democratic Party. It's not a joke. A third of the Democrats think Joe Biden can beat Donald Trump. I think I've identified why you have problems. This is going to lead to a schismatic movement probably before 2020. If not, thereafter, your party is going to collapse. You'd better hope it happens after the midterms because there's no blue wave and the neoliberals get even weaker. You'd better hope that you can reform the Democrats then. Otherwise, I guarantee you it'll be Trump 2020. He'll get 2 more Supreme Court justices, by the way, if that happens. You should crash and burn your own political party to see it reformed, coming up from the ashes like a phoenix. Instead, you're using the same dumb strategy of supporting mainline candidates that can't invigorate the voters. Turnout matters. A lot of these states are really close. There's no structural Republican advantage in a place like Pennsylvania, but there will be. There will be for a generation to come if you don't get your act together immediately. And Trump will be a 2-term president. He'll stack the Supreme Court. Ginsburg will be gone. There will be a center-right individual in her place, not a far-right. Don't worry. By the way, I can't wait to analyze that. People are getting afraid for no reason. There's one big glaring mistake that they're making, and that's that they don't understand that the Republicans are not homogenous in their total support of Donald Trump. So they're getting worried over nothing over the fucking Supreme Court shit. But this is a poll of the regular Democrats. We're not talking, they polled the House, and the egghead Democrats there decided Hillary Clinton would be a good idea to run in 2020. All of these people are elderly. All of these people are white. Don't you it's a common thing that the progressives keep bringing up. They already started to abandon your party in 2016. A lot of them did vote for Jill Stein. Some of them probably voted for Trump out of spite. A lot of them wrote in Bernie Sanders, guaranteed. Some of them jumped ship to the Libertarians, who got between 5 and 10% of the vote in virtually every state. That is significant. That is a very strong third-party showing. Gives them ballot access all over the country and a hell of a lot more donations. Look, you got to get past the neoliberal paradigm. All four of these candidates come from the last paradigm. We're talking the 80s and 90s, sort of the HW through Clinton paradigm. That's where they come from. These are outdated individuals. They are not capable of winning an election. Joe Biden, he probably would come in under 200 electoral points. Hillary Clinton, again, would struggle to even retain far-left strongholds. The number of people who would abandon the Democratic Party if Hillary Clinton became the nominee would be catastrophic. You wouldn't have a party anymore. You'd be lucky to still exist. You'd be lucky if your corporate donors didn't say enough is enough at that point. And keep in mind, the Democratic lay people can cast their ballots in the primaries, but ultimately the candidates that come to the fore are the ones that are favored by the corporate media and donors because they're the ones that can get their voice out there more. So basically, the Democratic Party essentially hand-picks who gets there. The only rogue that you could have is a Trump effect style candidate, someone who's a multi-billionaire essentially. They can run their own campaign, they can match their opponents in the primaries easily by freeing up their own money. That's how Donald Trump prevailed, by the way. He said, hey, yeah, you can make small donations. I don't care about corporate donations. I'm not even going to hold fundraisers. Maybe one or two. I'm going to self-fund to the tune of $100 million. That's what Donald Trump did. Mark Cuban could do that. Bloomberg could do that. I don't think the Clintons are willing to do that. They'd have to suckle a lot of Saudis in order to do that. They'd have to say, hey, House of Saud, we need another $10 million. Hey, Qataris that we give favorable diplomatic treatment to, I'm calling in a favor for $5 million. Hey, Moroccan prince whose marriage Chelsea attended, can you donate $500,000 to me, please, from your blood diamond mine? She'd have to go around all over the world preemptively and go campaign there. The Clintons campaign abroad before they campaign in the United States, if you know what I'm saying. That's about all. Peace out.